We now head to our penultimate race of the weekend, and it's the Day 2 final for DD2 and DD2 Masters. Let's take you through the starting grid. On pole position, it's going to be Tom Bracken. Alongside him will be Maxime Dirix. Row 2 will be Enzo Bol and Nicolas Guillaume, with Morgan Riche and Nicolas Picot rounding out the top 3 rows, with Riche on pole position, Picot alongside for DD2 Masters, effectively front row. They've got Carl Clebor in the 502 in 7th place, ahead of Sun Yordi in the 406, who starts 8th, and rounding out the 11-strong grid from the Netherlands, it's Dominic Hummels in the 577, Jamie Billings in the 542 from the UK in 10th, and Ronald Billings, a previous DD2 Masters champion, the 541, rounding out the 11-strong grid. So 15 minutes set on the timer, plus an additional lap. The red lights are on the starting gantry as DD2 and DD2 Masters get ready, get steady, and get underway for the final time this weekend. Into turn number 1 we go, and Enzo Bol up the inside of Maxime Dirix as they head through into turn number 2. Morgan Riche makes his way through into 3rd position. Nicolas Guillaume looking up the inside of Nicolas Picot, going through into turn number 3, but no availability there for the 444 from Shippers Racing. But it's an SP Motorsport 1-2 at the front of the field as they hurtle their way into the next left-hander, up the slight incline through the hill here at Austricourt. Now through into the next 2 right-handers before they head their way through into the chicane with very high curving on both sides, especially on the left-hand side where they actually enter into the chicane. Looking to try and get a move done on Maxime Dirix to try and fight against Morgan Riche, who has Maxime Dirix actually up his inside through the penultimate left-hander on the circuit. So first lap in the books. Tom Bracken has the lead of just over 5.5 tenths of a second in front of Enzo Bol. Morgan Riche holding on to 3rd place at the minute and the class lead in DD2 Masters. But Maxime Dirix again trying to look to outbreak Morgan Riche, and that's easier said than done on the best days of the week, especially when it's a finals day. Dirix still has Picot just behind him. There's also Guillaume. And Guillaume, fires it up the inside of Nicolas Picot, and then goes through a man known as simply as the Barker, Carl Clebor, the 502 from Belgium, 3-time BNL Karting Series DD2 Masters champion, another person that's also had that accolade, the most qualified ever Grand Finals driver in its history. I have to give a shout out to this man, Mr. Christoph Adams. So Tom Bracken continues to lead as opening up a gap. It's nearly a second between himself and Enzo Bol in the run for the race lead here at Austricourt. Morgan Riche still holding on to the lead in terms of the DD2 Masters classification, but he's got a bit of a DD2, he's the meat in a DD2 sandwich, is Morgan Riche at the moment. He's got Maxime Dirix behind him, Enzo Bol in front. And now, no, that's not what you wanted to do there, Morgan Riche. That experience just went to pot right there. He went up the inside, fired it through on Enzo Bol, and that has given Maxime Dirix 2nd in DD2, or more importantly, 3rd overall in the race. Well, just goes to show, and Maxime Dirix just finally gets through on Morgan Riche to take 2nd place overall. and put a cart between himself and Enzo Bol. This is exactly what Maxime Drix needed to do. As Nicolas Picot and Carl Clebot, I think, are still battling away. Picot ahead. As Jamie Billings looking up the inside of Jordi Clebot. I think that was up the inside of Jordi Clebot, but the 542 from the UK unable to make the move stick. Now Enzo Bol trying to do what he can to... Now, I'm not too sure what... Well, Morgan Riche showing in... Just seeing where Morgan Riche is at the moment. He's actually a little bit further down, so he's going to be right towards the tail end, Charlie, of the field. But battle for P2. Well, Tom Bracken's loving all of this, isn't he? He's away and clear. He's just going through turn one as these drivers make their way onto the start-finish straight. Gap now 3.8 seconds between first and second position. As Picot up the inside of Guillaume. Clebot also possibly looking for an opportunity. Can't get through at that point on the circuit. But Nicolas Picot, if he drifts any further wide, going through that double left-hander, and Nicolas Guillaume would have been going through and getting past quick, and you can say the word jump. Tom Bracken still continues to lead the way here in this fourth and final race at Austricourt. And Bracken is away and clear. 3.9 seconds is the advantage that the 418 has at this moment ahead of Maxime Drix, who's got Enzo Bol right up his exhaust pipe. Again, bit of a squabble in the playground, fellas, isn't it? Nicolas Guillaume passes Nicolas Picot for fourth place overall. Carl Clebot has the opportunity. He's got a sniff at possibly his first victory here in the BNL Karting Series in 2023. If Picot is not careful and is not napping whilst racing behind the wheel. But Picot will be able to try and go for his third win out of four. But Enzo Bol and Maxime Drix still intertwined in battle, 4.2 seconds separating the duo as they make their way through into the left-hander here at turn number 5. But Tom Bracken, just a country mile. It looks like he's trying to get back home as soon as possible, is the 418, the current race leader. 8 minutes and 32 seconds still remaining on the timer, plus an additional lap in this DD2 and DD2 Masters final on day number 2. Bracken crosses the line. Gap last time around was nearly 5 seconds. It's, well, over 4 seconds. It's 4.175 seconds between P1 and P2. As Bracken, just again, very much untroubled at this time, but the squabbles are up and down the order. Mogarish looking up the inside of Jordi Clebot, gets through, threads the eye of the needle, and Jordi Clebot looks to go around the outside through into turn 4, and Mogarish, well, you've got to try and do a little bit better than that, Jordi, but you gave it a good shot. But with 7 minutes and 35 seconds on the timer remaining, anything else could possibly transpire over the course of this race. And Martin van Leeuwen giving Maxime Drix just a little bit of a heads up on how far is the gap between him and Enzo Bol. The gap is 0.4 of a second between the pair. Fastest lap of the race, Tom Bracken, 56.497. field make their way through the top left-hand part of the circuit, through turns 3 and 4 into 5, and then pedal down the short chute in the middle part of the circuit to go into the left. That then brings them to start up the slight Stelvio Pass S-bend that goes up to the top right-hand corner of the circuit. But Enzo Bol just waiting, biding his time, 15 minutes plus an additional lap. And this kind of competition can feel sometimes like an eternity, but it is sometimes strategic. Has Enzo Bol saved a little bit on the tyre? If he has, then he can be able to push and try and move forward and get past Maxime Dirix. And Dirix has had the best weekend, his best weekend of the 2023 BNL Karting Series so far this season. And this is going to be quite crucial in the battle for not only the championship, but the overall podium in 50 days' time when we crown our 2023 BNL Karting Series champions at the home of champions, Karting Genk. That's where we started the 16th season of this championship, which has been around since 2008. And Karting Genk is always the start of the season, the end of the season, and also the customary kickoff normally in the month of March every single year. 5 minutes and 30 seconds still to go. Fastest lap of the race. Now in the hands of Morgan Riche as of lap number 9. Now Enzo Bol decides to go for the move up the inside of Maxime Dirix. Dirix tries to counter-attack, looking for the crossover through into turn number 4. But there was no room for the 499 to make the move complete. So this is where it could all come down to one decisive manoeuvre by one driver out of this, the reigning trio out of the top 4, because Tom Bracken is away by 3.9 seconds after 10 laps. And Enzo Bol starting to try and defend against Maxime Dirix. And Dirix has got his teammate with him. So Maxime Dirix, you better get the dance moves out. You got Uno Mas just behind you, might be able to help you push a little bit forward. They head into turn number 3. Still line of stone between the trio. Occupying second, third and fourth at this moment. And 4 minutes and 10 seconds still remaining. It's anyone's guess out of these 3 who will pick up second place. All 11 runners and riders still on track after 11 laps of this 1.45 kilometre circuit here at Ostricourt. So is anyone going to challenge Morgan Riche for the fastest lap this time around? The answer is a resounding big fat 0 on that one. Well, there has been a change in the meantime. Maxime Dirix gets through. That's very well timed by the 499. Wants to get another 52 points on his credit score for this weekend. But Enzo Bol looking left, looking right. Unable to try and get the job done at the moment. Dirix goes very, very defensive into the hairpin, and that allows, nice little cheeky move by Nicolas Guillaume to get through into third position past Enzo Bol. So within a matter of about half a lap, Dirix gets through, Guillaume gets through, and Bol gets dumped down on his backside with a bang into fourth position overall. But look at the run that the Kart Republic chassis has got on the other Kart Republic chassis in a different livery just in front of him. Bol squeezing through on the inside. Is he going to go a little bit deep? No, he's not. Bol back through for third place. Nicolas Picot has just come along to join the party, and he was very, very close indeed to the back bumper of Nicolas Guillaume as the tried to make the move and couldn't. It was completed and then it was incomplete, all within a matter of seconds. So 1 minute and 45 seconds still to go. And Maxime Dirix has started to pull away from Enzo Bol because of the fact that Bol and Guillaume were battling over third place. So heading into the dying moments of the race weekend. With one more race to go after this. We've had 12 yesterday. We've got 8 together in total today, completing 20 races plus multiple different qualifying and warm-up sessions in the build-up to this race weekend here in Ostricourt. Oh, nice little move. That's a change for the lead in DD2 Masters. Pigot had been leading for a little bit, and then Morgan Riche went, well, I'm sorry, I'm going to take that place away from you. And Morgan Riche looked for his opportunity, struck whilst the iron was hot, and there you go. He's back in the race lead for this one. So 2 laps to go here in DD2 and DD2 Masters. So Tom Bracken leads the way. Dirix in second. Good points all for him this weekend. Third, Enzo Bol. Fourth, Nicolas Guillaume. Fifth, Morgan Riche leading the way in DD2 Masters, and he's got a big old lead over Nicolas Pigot at the moment. But that gets compressed as they go into the braking zone. For turn 3, Karl Klibor running out the top 3 in DD2 Masters in this grid ahead of Yori Klibor. Dominic Hummels, Jamie Billings and Ronald Billings. Oh, bit sideways there. Careful, Morgan. Careful. Not too much Scandinavian flick required, because that could have been a bit of a nasty moment there for the 569. And well, he runs his own team, which is why he's been concentrating, as I said earlier on in the weekend. As now the last lap board of the weekend starts, bringing these DD2 and Masters drivers across the line to start their 17th and final lap of racing. There he is, Tom Bracken, once again showcasing his prowess. Okay, both he and Enzo Bol, they are some of the youngest drivers that have moved up to DD2, and they've skipped seniors. And DD2, being the ultimate class within the Rotax racing family, is sort of put towards those people looking to get into higher tier motorsports, such as sports cars, such as single seaters. But Tom Bracken at this weekend has run away with it and has held the ball under his arm every single time, as if he was a fearsome forward in a rugby union match. But Tom Bracken takes the victory in the final, and with it, by my provisional calculation, I think he's the new standings leader. Oh, it's going to be a squeeze as it runs to the line. And, well, Morgan Riche pips Nicolas Pigot by 34 thousandths of a second to the DD2 Masters class victory. But Tom Bracken wins the overall result ahead of Maxime Dirix. Good points for the Shippers Racing 499. Ahead of Enzo Bol in third. It's going to be one that Enzo Bol is going to think of, right, well, I've done some damage limitation. We've got to go all guns blazing at Karting Genk at the finale. Nicolas Guillaume picking up another top 4 this weekend in 4th place. Morgan Riche pipping fellow countryman Nicolas Pigot for the DD2 Masters victory. But the 537 will continue his lead in the championship standings after this weekend, heading into the Genk finale. Karl Klibor, Yori Klibor, Dominic Hummels, Jamie and Ronald Billings round out the 11-strong grid, as that concludes DD2 and DD2 Masters here in Ostricourt.